Hi, my name is Xing Wei, or you can call me Kai. Right now we are doing a 30 days of love challenge, so you can actually go down to 30daysoflove.org in order to download your free worksheet on love, and we guarantee to improve, we can almost guarantee to improve that your relationship will take a turn for the better and be able to go to the next level. Alright, so usually I answer questions that are Quora, or I answer questions that have been popping up to me from people around me. So I'm going to answer a myth, a very, very common myth, which is the person who cares less in a relationship will be more powerful. That is a myth, yet it is a true statement at the same time. Alright, so let me talk about how this thing came about. Alright, so usually this happens in a case where somebody is overcommitted in a relationship, and I use overcommitted in a sense, in a derogatory sense. Alright, in actual fact, the more you care about someone in a relationship, the stronger you are. Alright, so usually people who care less have some kind of emotional blockage somewhere, whether they know it or not. They are unable to feel as much, or they are unable to be there for you as much as possible. So having said that, that is assuming that they have already decided not to be with you in the first place. So if they have decided to be with you and they care less about you, then that will send a lot of alarm bells ringing, and that is definitely not a healthy signal, because there is, if they have decided to be with you and they are not there for you, then there is some emotional blockages and there is some resistance within themselves that they are not able to overcome. So those who care less have more power. Yes, if you are the person who is always chasing the girl, or if you are the person who is always chasing the guy, then you have less power. That is absolutely correct. But this exists on two planes of thoughts, right? The first plane of thought is that you are chasing after something that is not even there, and you're submitting yourself to that. You lose your own personal power. And the second one is that you are not investing in yourself. So in a logical scenario, when we put plate and plate together, the person who cares less and the person who cares more, if you see logically that she or he does not care as much as you do, you should just break it off. Why are you still in that relationship? It doesn't make sense anymore. So there is no incentive for you to continue being in that relationship, unless there is some what going on in your head and it's not exactly healthy, because obviously that person is not as invested in you as you think it is, unless you have already made a long-term promise. But I guess that is unlikely. So yep, that's not very, very healthy. So by you already giving more, investing more in the first place, that is you being stronger, because you are able to put more feelings and you're able to emotionally invest more, and that means that you'll be able to learn more about yourselves. At the same time, that means you get hurt more. Unfortunately, that's the case. With every learning, there is always a price to pay, and then as much as you are willing to get hurt, that's the amount of pain you'll feel at the end of the relationship. And trust me on this, every relationship will have a certain amount of pain. It's for you to really go through it, because no happiness is given without a price. Alright, so I take that back, but it's more in a sense that you have to work for your happiness. You have to put the effort in order to make it work. So it's not going to come for free, right? Sometimes it comes in the way of pain, and it will pave the path for you in the future to learn more things about the current relationship, right? Number two is that if you see that she's not invested in you, or he is not invested in you, and you're still chasing after that, then you would like to really rethink why you are chasing after something so blindly, and what are you really expecting? Are you really putting a lot of effort in something that is, you already know is not going to give you back any returns? Then, and why are you doing that? Why are you not investing in yourself instead? Let's address the investing in yourself question in another scenario, but let's talk about why you are investing in her or him, so much so that you feel that you are powerless. All right, so usually that there is a projection. Usually you are expecting him or her to be something else that she is not, and this is very dangerous because you are letting that run your life, like it or not, because you have already emotionally invested in something that is not there. And as much as the other person is departing from the love for you, or the other person is departing from the commitment in the relationship, you are further enforcing that projection onto him or her. You know, no, she's supposed to be this way. No, she's only thinking this way. Oh, no, she really loves me. And you always see this happening in people who think a lot, and people who go into loops and repeatedly go into the same bad relationships. They will always enforce a projection onto the other person. So it just takes a trigger. All right, and it's really, really unhealthy for both parties. As you know what you should really do. If somebody is stuck inside there, just get them to ask the partner, what do you really think about me? And that's all it is. Just ask. The moment you ask, you get your real answer, whether you like it or not, and you have to stick with it. But the problem is that most people, when they ask and they get the answer that they need, they ignore that answer due to their own projections running, and due to them not wanting to hear the answer that's there. So they just choose what they want to hear. So the person who cares less has more power is definitely true. All right, but in this sense, it's more or less just a game for manipulation. And if you really, really are healthy emotionally, you would really want to be able to emotionally invest yourself more, being there at every moment, being able to feel every moment, and being able to be there for that person and not care less. There's no need for power in a relationship. It's dynamic. Both of you can take your chances, can take your opportunities to shine and to be more dominant in a flowing kind of relationship. There is no need for someone to have all the power or less power, or I don't know. The only time power comes up in a relationship is if you would like to play or manipulate the other person. Other than that, there should be no reason why power comes into play. Or maybe if you want to make it more exciting, then yes. But otherwise, it should not be used for manipulating people on evil intent or to get what you want. So that is not a sign of a healthy relationship. So I know I've not been really, really clear in this video, but I hope that it gives you a brief idea on what the power play is like in a relationship, and why certain, and how the mechanics of this phrase works. I hope that everybody has a healthy relationship, be able to emotionally invest in the other partner themselves, but obviously that's not the case for everyone. So I hope that this gives a little bit and sheds a little bit more clarity, so that we are able to move forward individually. Right? So 30daysoflove.org, I take in questions about love, taking questions about relationships. Drop your comments, subscribe, and I'll see you at the next video. Alright, so if you haven't heard about us, 30 Days of Love, THIRTY.30daysoflove.org, get your free worksheet. Okay, see you.